What's up, guys? What is going on? It's your girl D from the Voice Gathering Live podcast show, and we are in the building. As you can see from today's topic, we will be talking about the state of Black America from Diamond's opinion. Remember, we can agree to disagree. So, with that being said, as always, let the show begin. Disclaimer: I am a podcaster, motivational speaker, and full-time counselor. And here on this platform, it is my job to talk about current affairs and trending topics that have been discussed, posted, and even floating around on social media. I do not claim to be the voice for all, nor do I claim to know it all. Therefore, remember this if you remember nothing at all. It is okay that we agree to disagree, as long as it is respectful. Every Friday at 7 p.m., I will be talking about whatever I like, and you will have the opportunity to share your voice. Now, if you can handle it, have a seat, and if you can't, feel free to exit stage left. With that being said, let the discussion begin. What's up, guys? Yes, it is me, and I am in the building. I am so glad you guys can join me today for today's topic, the state of Black America from Diamond's opinion. So I wanted to just take this opportunity, since it is February, and February is what? Black History Month. Yep, 1 month out of the year. Sad, but yep, the show must go on. Okay, so I wanted to have a conversation with you guys, my viewers, so we can look at the state of Black America from our own opinion and what we can do to enhance what has already been started for us by our ancestors, for the by those who came before us. The conversation here is to spark change, right? So I may say some things that make you very uncomfortable. You totally would disagree with me. You don't like my views and my opinions, and that's okay. That is why they created the comment section. You can write your comments right down there below. I will read them and respond accordingly and respectfully, as I ask that you do the same when you share your opinions. This is how we learn from one another. This is how we are to be honest and transparent, because we can be ourselves, bring our own opinion to the table, and it be respected. Not necessarily you have to agree with it, but it's respected that you shared your voice. And that's what I want to talk about. Right? So I'm going to be putting on my glasses because the lighting is going to be jumping around. I've been having problems with this whole thing, but I'm not defeated. I'm not defeated. Okay, so here is a question. What is Black history? When did it start? What do you know about that? And if you did know about what some of the things I'm going to be saying, drop a comment. If you don't know anything about some of the things or all the things I'm saying, drop a comment. I would tell you that I am not old by far, and there's a lot of things that I come to learn that I didn't even know they weren't teaching in depth in school. And that's disappointing. And yeah, that is still happening today. Today, that is happening. And I am so excited about that. I'm excited about that we can have the conversation about what is going on and just agree to disagree. I am happy about that. So, listen to this. I asked you guys, what is Black history? By definition, it's documented. in blackhistory.com. Black History Month is an annual celebration of achievements by Afro Americans and a time for recognizing the central roles of blacks in the U.S. history. As known as Black History Month, the event grew out of Negro History Week. The brainchild and noted historian Carter G. Woodson, yes, Carter G. Woodson, and other prominent Afro Americans. Since 1976, every U.S. president has officially designated the month of February as Black History Month. Other countries around the world, including Canada and the United Kingdom, also has devoted the month of February to Black history. Now, the way the presidency is going right now, and if this person gets office another 4 more years, um, it wouldn't surprise me that he would try to erase Black History Month. Let's just be honest. We have this little teeny piece of corner, and somehow people want to take it away from us. But that is not the pit of this conversation today. The pit of the conversation is the state of Black America and what we as Blacks are doing to our own communities, what we're doing to our own race. That is what today's conversation is about. Yes, there are people who are keeping their foot on our necks or trying, keeping us from growing and establishing ourselves, trying. There's a lot of people who are not of our people, are in positions to block us from climbing this ladder of life. But those who came before us and gave their lives so that we would have a chance to sit at the table, we would have a chance to come through the front door, we would have a chance to live up on the hill, we would have a chance to have our names recognized for the work we've done. Those people have paved the way. And when I look in my own backyard, quotes, not literally in my backyard, but my backyard as Blacks, I find that Blacks are doing the very thing that the people who fought for us to get to each other. Frustrating, absolutely frustrating. It annoys me to every end that this is what's happening to us. So I ask you, what is your definition of the state of Black America? I'm asking people of color. Now, if other people are watching this show, I welcome you to watch this show. Maybe you're going to learn something. Maybe you agree with me. Maybe whatever it is, you will have some kind of feedback. But I'm asking my people, what is your definition, as you see it, of this question, the state of Black America? What is it? And I'm sitting quietly because I really want you to think about that question. What is your definition of the state of Black America? Because I have to tell you, let me tell you, I feel like we have had some trying times, very trying times, and trying times by the very hands that are screaming about other people doing the very thing they don't like to us. They're doing it to each other. I'm totally confused. Right? So again, what is your definition of Black America and how has that impacted Black history? Are we erasing the little history? No. Let me correct my own self. We don't have a little history. People want to recognize a little history. Hence the month of February. Hence 28 days out of 12 months. 1 month. Yeah, now of course there are certain NAACP and all these different organizations recognizing the work and bringing people of color around the table. But again, in our own backyard, what are we doing that is causing us to erase what those have done for us? And some of us are still trying to build on. Matter of fact, there's a lot of us trying to build on this platform. I truly want to know. What do you think? All right. So I want to go on to the next question. Do you even know who? I want to know if you guys actually know who this gentleman is. Carter G. Woodson. He is the father of Black history. It is he and his efforts, his dream, his desire to bring others around the table so that they can create a space in this big place for us as a colored person, a person of color, to have opportunities that many people, I tell you from, I watch on TV, in the communities, at the job site, in social groups, are blocking those people from having those opportunities. The very same people who, like myself, have a desire to make a name for yourself, build an establishment, help your brothers and your sisters, just be that support to your community. The very people in the same community is blocking those people from doing those things. Some of these people have such behaviors that people who are not of color, when they look at us, they judge us all by the same footprint you are making. So I ask you, what is the state of Black America? And what are you doing to erase the negativity of that? Or what are you doing to enhance it? I'm not just talking about with your friends. No, I'm not talking about your friends. I am talking about you and your efforts to make a name. I truly want to know. Think about that for a second. As I sit here and think about how I'm frustrated by what I see. I'm annoyed about what I see. I am disappointed about what I see. Let's start in a place. Oh, let me hold on for let me hold that for a second. Let me hold that for a second. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Check out this history. The story of Black history. Oh, now people want to call me. Hold on, guys. Sorry. All right, sorry. So the story of Black History Month begins in 1915. How many of you knew that? Half a century after the 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States. 1915. And we're still fighting some of the same things before that even happened. Okay, that September, the Harvard trained historian Carter G. Woodson and a prominent minister, Jesse E. Moorland, founder of the Association of Study of Negroes' Life and History, an organization dedicated to researching and promoting achievements by Black Americans and other people of Afro descent. How many of us knew that? Or did you, now that you know it, did you come to know this very late on? I'm curious. Known today as the Association of Study of Afro American Life and History, the group sponsored a National Negro History Week in 1926, choosing the second week of February to coincide with the birthday of which president, guys? Take a second. Which president? If you guess, it's Abraham Lincoln. And Frederick Douglass. The event inspires schools and communities nationwide, organizations, local celebrations to establish history clubs and host performances and lectures. And that was all because Carter G. Woodson had a thought, a dream. He believed. So I want to know from you guys, the viewers, what are you doing? Who are you challenging when it comes to the work and efforts that our ancestors, those before us, put in place, establish, put a footprint in? What are you doing to build on that? Because hate me if you like, I'm going to tell you, love and hip hop, Housewives of Atlanta, because that's the only black one that I. Oh, no, 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 medicine doctors. I'm trying to, you guys, if you know some of the rest of them, drop them in the comment. I do not know. I just had a thought. I do not believe that all of these platforms on these television sites, social media sites, are doing a service to the black people, for the black people. I actually think they do a disservice. Yes, everybody's chasing the bag, but ignoring the footprint of those before us. What kind of footprint are you leaving for those coming behind you? Because you're not going to live forever, honey. All the plastic surgery that you get, all the money that you have, all of this trying to establish your name for fame is not going to keep you on this planet forever. And people behind you need to come to a space that's safe, respected. So my question is, what? What are you doing to put your carbon footprint, your black print in this space where people coming behind you can say, I stand on the shoulders of those. I truly want to know. I truly want to know. What are you doing? You know, people want to blame everybody else instead of taking accountability for their own actions. But until, and as you can see from this right here, you can't defeat the outward enemy until you defeat the enemy within. And of course, that is old Malcolm and the new Malcolm. And it's true. Until we change our mindset about how we see things, how we will accept things, and what we need as a people, you cannot expect the people outside of you to think that you deserve anything greater than that. People will treat you the way you think, I'm sorry, people will treat you the way they feel you should be treated, oftentimes. And I don't, for me, I don't allow that. I don't allow people to just treat me any kind of way. I don't. I was given a voice to empower my steps to a better tomorrow. And I take great pride in that. And I'm sure many of you watching this platform today actually take great pride in using your voice to empower your tomorrows. But I'm asking you collectively, the people in your community, are those people the same people destroying the opportunity for you to have your voice heard? Are you looked at as like a joke? So be it black, be female. I mean, it gets layers and layers and stacks of things against you as opposed to things not for you. I don't get it. And it frustrates me. It annoys me. It makes me very upset. Let's go a little bit deeper. I don't get when people are using the N word. Why is that word used as a word of endearment when the very our ancestors, the people who paved the way, who kicked the door in, says, okay, well, we're not going to tolerate this word from you guys. And somehow our people said, well, we're going to use the word as a word of endearment. Sorry, guys. So, again, again. So, my question again to you is this: why are we accepting things from each other that you have the same problem with people outside of your own people doing to you? I would think that people who are not of us would be saying, well, wait a minute. They are complaining about this word, but yet they took the word and used it to. Uh, Wait, why should we stop using it? Why should we treat them any different? I think honestly, sometimes we're looked at as a laughing stock. Now, That's not everybody. But unfortunately, people, when people look at some people, when some people look at one black person acting negative or buffoonery or whatever you want to call it, I don't want to give it one word, whatever you want to call it, there are people who are looking at us and say, we're all like that. What? Mm-mm. Let's be honest and transparent. I'm talking about the twerking. Listen, I get it. Dancing, honey, they've been twerking for many years. Many years. Many years. When they probably started this, they were twerking, depending on how you're looking at it. But I'm talking about check your Instagram, check your Facebook, your Twitter, your YouTube, all of these different platforms where people are dressing scandalous, that there is no pride in themselves. I'm talking about our people. Yes, it's across all races, Asian, black, whites, Latinos. It's all race. But this is Black History Month. And we need to be having a conversation about us. We need to be demanding more from us. We need to put our foot down and say no more. Rap music has plateaued. I mean, it's $1 billion industry. People are making uh, money. I'm seeing rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Just before he died, he was sitting in a car with a friend of his. This 20-year-old black male from Brooklyn was sitting in a car with his friend who was holding a stack. I mean, maybe I can't even make my hand that wide. A stack of money. Why are you posting that? What message are you sending? What is your intent to post that picture? Yes, be pride. Be proudful, excuse me. Be proudful of your accomplishments, but be smart. What are you sending in that? That you're not used to anything? The reason I brought up that young man with that stack of money and I talked about the $1 billion company when it comes to rap music, because this people who are going into the, and I love rap music, don't get me wrong. People, but there's certain rap music I don't like. Hear me clear. People coming into rap music making money on calling women bitches, niggers. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And these very people are very talented. Their lyrics are breathtaking, but they choose it. They choose the lyrics to get the bag while demeaning women, blacks, their elders. I mean, it's just nasty. It's just disgusting. I can go on and on and on about that. I could. I absolutely could. And my question again to you guys is, what are you doing to change the trajectory of us as a black race? Changing the state of black America so that when people first within our community see a different, the people on the outside can notice the different. Now, yeah, you do it for you. You're not supposed to be doing it, or you're so concerned about what people think. But unfortunately, people, when it comes to a race, you have to be considering what people think. If I'm to send my child out to school, I am considering what people are thinking of him, because him or her, because that child represents my household. That child is an extension of me and my family. That child is an extension of my black culture. That child is an extension of my community. These are all things very important for us to take a look at. And if we don't change our mind, if we don't, I'm telling you guys, if we do not change our mind about the state of black America, we're going to continue to lose more people to Pac, Biggie. And in my opinion, it was our people that did it to them. Now, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm okay. Drop a comment. But what I remember seeing was when Tupac lost his life, there were black people around him. When Biggie Smalls had lost his life, my understanding, there were black people around him. And more, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Yes, other people hurt us. That's been from the beginning of time. There are people who are not of our people hurt us. They tried to take our name. Oftentimes they did take our name and gave us their names. They took our names. They tried to strip us. They tried to do what didn't they do to us? And I find in 2020, in my short years on this planet, this the same thing that was done to us by others are being done to us by our own people. So I don't find humor in the housewives of Atlanta women being catty. I mean catty to throwing tables and drinks in each other's face and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sit up here and preach. I'm trying to let you know that yes, at times you got to defend yourself. But I'm look at the mess on TV. That's not defending yourself. That's your pride getting in the way. That's messing with your bag. I remember they used to have the show Bad Girls Club. And like I said, all of these shows putting blacks in a position where they could make money. But trust me, I would truly believe that the people up at the up at the top who are not of us, maybe there's a few of them sitting there, a few, but they're outnumbered, you can best believe that, are actually saying, okay, let them make a fool of themselves while we continue to become richer and richer on their name. I I'm over it. I don't like it at all. It annoys me to every end, and I just wonder when it's going to change. When is it going to change? When will you say will when is it going to change? When I tell you that my mind and my thoughts are on a roller coaster right now because I'm thinking like first it starts in your home. Because if it starts in your home and is ingrained in your home, that will fall out into your community. I'm just talking about the community. And the community, I'm just talking about your block, the few blocks in your neighborhood. Because I remember when growing up in a predominantly black, well, wait, honey, black community. Yep, even where I grew up, black community, it seems so much closer. Yes, crime has always been going on in every community, in every township. Child bye. Don't let nobody fool you to thinking that it only happened in the black community. But when it happens in the black community, they want to just put all of this ugly labelness on it, and it's oftentimes associated with our race. It's annoying. It's quite annoying. But I grew up in that community where it was your neighbor looked out for the neighbor's children. You could play in the streets and you can play jump rope and ride your bike and roller skate and hula hoop. You can do all of these things, of course, because we didn't have video games like we have now, that you played and you felt safe because there was eyes on you. I am my brother's keeper. I have the responsibility to chastise you when you step out of line. And that don't mean put your hands on because you couldn't my mother would knock your head off. You couldn't put your hands on her children. But you can tell her children, you cut that out right now before I speak to your mother. And you better not say nothing back to that person who told you that. Why? Because there was respect in the community. And when you have respect from the home into the community, that community starts to grow and it starts to flourish because you're not going to accept anything less. Nothing less in the school systems, nothing less with your mayor, because you were united we stand, divided we fall. What is the state of Black America, people? What is it? We got Omarosa bringing her name right back up here when she was sitting right next to that person in the White House, perpetuating his behavior for the bag, for the name. She did it. Yes, she did. Yeah, I haven't heard too much about her right now, but she did it. This is what I mean about crabs in the barrel. Blacks trying to climb up. When President Obama got into office, and all those people were trying to keep him out of office, what they were trying to keep out of office was a black man. It wasn't that he was not intelligent. He was intelligent way before he became the president. And people didn't want him in that office because he was a black man. And a black man with a plan for a lot of people is a dangerous thing. Thank you, former President Obama. Did I agree with everything he did at that time? No, not everything. But he was fair. He was about the people, not his people, people. Fairness. And what we got in office right now, I'm not going there. I'm sure if you don't know, you have been living under a rock. And if you do know, you have been paying close attention to what I've seen. I would just hope that at some point we can all come together. And I'm going to notice that by the comments. I'm going to notice that you didn't take offense to what I was saying. You took an ear to what I was saying. Opposed to tearing down what I'm bringing today, you would enhance it, add to it. Okay, so the Housewives and all these other shows is your go-to thing. It's your comfort television, whatever you want to call it. Okay, fine. I've seen it. I've watched it. This is how I know I don't agree with the mission of these women. I don't even know what the mission is. I don't. There's nothing wrong with making a name for yourself and going for the bag. There's nothing wrong with it. When it becomes something wrong with it is when you use your name and your bag to hurt other people that's trying to come up, trying to make a name for themselves. Not just themselves, their family, their community. We have the right to change how we see ourselves. We have no control of how others would see us, but we have the right and the autonomy to choose how people see us. And what I mean by that is, if I want you to see me acting buffoonery, then I'm going to act buffoonery because that's what you're going to see. See, I don't mind taking up space. I don't mind that. I truly, truly don't. Is that a halo over my head? I don't mind that. I don't mind taking up space. As long as I take up space in a good way. I take pride walking into a room and I'm filling up that space. I'm not dominating the space. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure you know I'm in this space. And I have a voice. And I want to use my voice to enhance my steps. That's what I want. I want that. I want that opportunity, guys. And I don't wait for people to invite me. No, I don't. Because I've learned that when you wait for someone to invite you, you may never get the invitation. I've learned that the hard way. Trust me. Just sit back, be patient. Don't be so loud. Don't look for people to hear you or see you. What does Oprah say? And Oprah wasn't the only person saying this, but kudos to Oprah for reminding many of us that, people want to be seen. They want to know that you see them. Right? That's what they want. They want to know that you see them and that what you see matters. A lot of time people are not just trying to take up space just to be taking up space. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at some notes. Because I want to get it all in while I can. Yeah, must not be meant to be. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, taking up space. There's nothing wrong with that. You should actually walk proud in taking up space. As long as you do and use that space in a good way. And that other people can benefit from you taking up space. Use your voice to empower opportunity, not just for you, but for those around you. Be willing to have a open and honest conversation with somebody who values what you're bringing to the table, even if they disagree, because you can disagree and still value what I'm bringing to the table. That's such powerful respect. Listen, I know when someone is trying to play me. They don't want me to use my voice. I know that. I know when that happens. I know when someone says, "Oh, you don't, I had someone tell me within my employment, um, you don't need to always have something to say. As if I was a child. You don't need to have something to say. Everything just because someone is saying something, it don't always require a response. Well, you know what? To some degree, I would agree with that. Sometimes everything does not require a response. Oftentimes, you're wasting your time because it's falling on deaf ears, and the people you're talking to don't give a darn about what you're about to say. And oftentimes, it's us. But darn you, shame on you that you can't respect me enough that I can bring my voice to the table, be heard, and you in a respectful way can say, well, this is what we're looking at, this is what we see, without attacking, belittling, bullying by your own people. By your own people. I'm over it. I've been over it. And I thank God, yes, I thank God that He always remind me that if He's for me, who can be against me? And I truly imagine my people before me, all of those who paved the way from Carter G. Woodson and those that came behind him, who paved the way so that I can walk in the door like many of you. We can get at the table, have a seat, and be heard and respected. And when we're not heard and when we're not respected, we have the opportunity to get up from the table when we're ready, walk out the door, and say, this is not for me. You can see that. It very much says here with Rosa Parks, Park, Parks, sorry, I said it right. Rosa Parks' um, number when she was being charged for not giving up her seat on a bus. And we've all heard the story, but pay close attention to what's being said. You must never be fearful about what you are doing when it is right, which is why I definitely agreed to do this show the way I'm doing it today, from Diamond's opinion. I'm not saying I'm speaking for the masses because you would have paid close attention to my disclaimer. I don't claim to know it all, nor do I claim to be speaking for everyone. I'm speaking for me because I choose to take up space and use it in a good way. Listen, guys, nothing's going to change until we change it. So stop looking for other people. Please stop looking for other people to change what is your responsibility to change. And if they don't create a space for you, create your own space. I thank you guys so much for tuning in today's show. I hope you will give me a thumbs up. You're walking in the door, so come in clicking the thumbs up. Post a comment about today's show. And consider sharing this show on your platforms. Share it. This is how we get the word out. I'm looking to grow my platform. You're going to be seeing people on this show. I'm going to be tried every kind of way with this platform. But guess what? I am a conqueror. I will be victorious in my efforts to use this platform to bring about change in many ways. Now, don't get me wrong. We'll be cutting up, laughing. We'll be joking. You'll know that. And then we'll talk about some serious topics as this topic is today. I hope that you'll see me. Join me every Friday at 7 p.m. And you will also join me for Tea Time with VG, Spilling the Tea with VG on Tuesday, 6:30 to 7. And we'll be uploading some other shows, so stay tuned. I wish you guys a great rest of the month, and don't forget, Black America United is the answer.